Hi everyone, Shane R. Monroe here. So I have two TAC-2 controllers from Suncom. I love these controllers. These are my favorite controllers of all time. Very short throws, no clicks, ambidextrous controls, both buttons for right and lefties, and 3 screws to take it apart. And we're going to do that today to clean them up. I'm missing the feet, of course, but you know, who isn't? So the Suncom Technologies group was based out of Illinois. About 1983, they released the TAC-2 controller. These are some weird configurations, but if you use like a Star or a Torx, you could probably get it out. Having a nice toolkit with a ton of different bits is going to help you out here. I found one that happened to bite well enough to get these screws out. Your mileage may vary. Heck, you might actually have one of these weird bits, but I certainly did not, but I made do. Now, if you have these silver shafts on your TAC-2, you've got the USA version. There was a version made overseas that had a black plastic shaft, which was prone to break. Now, Suncom released these after an Atari version of the controller was breaking a lot. They made this to be indestructible. And you can see, even after all of these years, this thing's still in good shape. Everything is simple touch, right? So metal against metal, no clicking, no switches, nothing. It's literally just contacts, and that's where oxidation can be your enemy in keeping these from working very well. But we're going to clean this guy up. We'll pull the buttons out. We'll tidy them up and get some of the grime off of it. Get some of this oxidation off of here. These are actually in really good shape. These weren't in high use. I purchased these much later in life. I think one of them might have even been new in the box before when I got it. So yeah, very interesting. We just clean these contacts off here and we'll call it a day. The spring's still in great shape. Yeah, so we'll go in here and we'll clean the ball off here. You see that rubber that's behind here, the sort of the gasket in between? That's actually an automotive tire valve that they stuck in there. They chopped off the top and bottom and they stuck that in there because it was completely resilient and it worked great. We'll clean all of these contacts off, and some of them were kind of gooey. Not too bad though. It's a very great controller. I mean, it's durable as hell. You know, it's got the tank reputation, supposedly sold on the premise of being, you know, break proof. Good stuff. I'm putting this guy back together. Yeah, it's a great controller. King baby. A lot of people like the clickety stuff. This was great for speed running. You barely had to move this controller. You wanted to play a track and field game, this was the supreme being for that sort of thing. So very cool controller. I really love it. I really love it a lot. How about we do a little music montage here of cleaning the second one? If there's ever a nuclear war, there'll be cockroaches and TAC-2 controllers laying around. Perfectly usable too, by the way. So let's wipe off some grime here. You know, you pay all the attention to the insides, you forget about the outsides. So tidy these guys up a little bit. They're actually not very dirty. I'm pretty sure a couple of years back I'd pulled these out and cleaned them all nicely, but I didn't get the insides, so the insides needed some work. Yeah, pretty clean. Not too bad at all. All right, so let's fire this up. I'll show you another little trick and tip. So I'm going to load in Gyruss, right? This is one of my favorite games on the Commodore 64. You'll see it in almost all of my videos. I find an excuse to load it up and play it. And we'll use the TAC-2. Now, you'll notice the TAC-2 is in port 2. Now, Gyruss was originally a cartridge game, as I recall, and most cartridge games, for some reason, were actually port 1 controls, which was really weird because most games were port 2. And of course, like every good game of the era, you push the button to start, but you'll notice the button's not working. So you could unplug it and plug it into the other port, but nah, you don't need to do that. Inside of your menu here, you can go to the joystick settings and hit swapped instead of normal, and now port 2 becomes port 1 and vice versa, and we're playing Gyruss. Yeah, baby. Hey, listen, if you like what we're doing here, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know what to do. If you happen to have a hype button down there, I'd appreciate that as well. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.